Good morning, all. Luis Miguel Lexa from BRIK BC Projects. Welcome all to this week's BRIK Q&A show, where we're talking about the BRIK Dolphin. We've got some special things to talk about the BRIK Dolphin, some exciting news. So hopefully you'll enjoy today's show. There was a fantastic song by one of our fantastic and favourite musicians, SOS, Forced Right, a song, Strong Island Tribe brand, music brand that he's got in his abattoir there in terms of So if you go on to iTunes or Spotify, you'll be able to see this fantastic collection that SOS has got. He's actually in the room listening. How are you, SOS? That's one of my favourite songs, Forced Right. It's a great song to start off the BRIK Q&A. Thank you, Paul, for joining us, quoting, thank you. The Humble Minded, thank you. And SOS, thank you for joining us live. We're just a bit of a general chit chat. We wait for people to come in before we start with the formalities. Probably sort of reflection over the past week. We had a great event, iconic historical event for the Ravencoin community. The Ravencoin Global Awards were on the weekend. We had some great people there who people actually hadn't seen before. So it was great to meet them there, and we had some great attendances. But yeah, some great things that happened there with obviously recognition of people who are building projects, people who are supporting projects, people who support the Ravencoin blockchain community as a whole. So there was various awards there, and C3 Media, Blockchain John and Jake and the team, and some of the people helping out from the Raven community like Philly and Dow. They put amazing work. Erica and Haley, who hosted the event, they've done a fantastic job in organising and hosting and all the things that went a lot of work behind the scenes. We thank you for them for putting on that event on. It was an event for all the community. Obviously, C3 Media was the one who organised it, but it was very much a community voting that voted for those projects to be on there and nominated and so forth. So again, we thank them, and let's hope next year is bigger and better, and we keep building on that annual event. I have said to John, Blockchain John, to maybe put that on the last week of October as the same time, same place every year for the global awards. So it was nice to see people dressing up for the awards. I actually put on my white blade tie with a jacket to add to my normal attire on my avatar. So it was a fantastic event. So again, look, we're very also thankful for the 3 nominations that BRIK BC was voted for. In terms of the best tokenized assets, in terms of best Ravencoin YouTuber and best Ravencoin promoter. We do appreciate those nominations. We did win the best tokenized assets. And again, as I said in my speech, that's we thank you. We consider ourselves as all winners within the nominees and other projects that didn't quite make the nominations, given how restrictive, obviously, Twitter is with polls, only allowing four votes. So again, I see that we're all winners. Everybody else, all projects across the board that people that are building on Ravencoin blockchain, I class everybody to be winners in the awards. So, but again, we do thank you for the recognition by the community, for nominating us, and also for winning that best tokenized assets. So we're putting up stuff. There was some things we did behind the scenes in terms of before the awards. Some interviews on the what I call the grey carpet, because we didn't have a red carpet outside. So I labelled it a grey carpet. So there were some great interviews with various people in the community, getting their views in terms of what's happening. People like Philly. There was some interviews with people I actually hadn't met before. Paul from It was Paul from Change Now as well, so there was quite a few new faces there. So it was great to meet them. And again, C3 Media's actually got the recordings both on Twitch, YouTube of the event. We're putting up ours hopefully this week. But yeah, look, it was a great event and enjoyed by everybody. And yeah, like I said, and then there was also the Raven torch, the Raven coin torch being passed around. I put my hand up, it got up to me, I think it was the fourth or fifth person, and it got into my Raven coin mobile wallet, and it didn't want to go out of there. So the core wallet on the mobile, for some reasons, got some issues with when C3 Media Blockchain John mint his NFT. For some reason got some issue with on the mobile wallet. So anyway, so we finally downloaded. We did download the core wallet onto my PC to see if that was we can get the torch out. So the thing with the torch, for some of you who don't know, is basically. C3 Media at the event started passing the torch. So basically there was 1 million, you take one and you pass the rest to the next person. So again, there's obviously that trust and commitment to the community that you do the right thing. And so when I couldn't pass, I was stressing out. I couldn't pass it, I wouldn't allow, it was just bouncing back. I tried Indy, tried to transfer LSJ, and tried to transfer to my personal wallet, see if that was would make a difference, but nothing seemed to work from the mobile wallet, core wallets anyway. Finally last night, after many hours of syncing onto my PC, finally the core wallet finished syncing last night, and I quickly got it out to Indy, the Raven torch, and the relief. I can't explain the relief. Things we've been working on, obviously with BRIK, with the Dolphin series. There's been a couple of things that's a bit stressing out in terms of trying to get things out. And but that Raven torch, there was no more stress than that one there, that I couldn't get it out and finally got it out. And the relief, I can't tell you how relief I was to pass it on, because it's a commitment that everybody makes. And for me, I felt that pressure, the commitment to making sure I've done the right thing, and when I couldn't get it out, it was very stressful. But anyway, finally got it out. So Indy's passed it to the DAO by the last look, and it's making its way across the Raven community. So it's out there. So if you want it, go online, go on Twitter, put your address down, your asset aware wallet, not the Raven coin core mobile wallet. So let's make it very clear that doesn't seem to work with C3 Media NFTs. Same thing happened last year. John was saying that it couldn't get past. Someone got stuck in their core wallet last year as well, so they couldn't make its way out of there. So it stayed there. So, but yeah, so it was a fantastic event, and that was just a fun event that John introduced to keep flowing through the community. But yeah, look, in terms of try to stick to under an hour. So I think it's just went hit after the 10 past. So say hello to One Atria. Thank you for joining us live. But yeah, we'll start with the formalities. Again, don't like to be too formal, but there's always a bit of structure to every BRIK Q&A that we have every week. But yeah, look, in terms of myself, I'm Luis Miguel Alexa, as I said before. I'm the managing director and co-founder of BRIK Projects, with my other co-founder, Mrs. BRIK, or my life partner, Melinda Alexo. We tokenize real estate property here in Australia, the luxury investment properties. So we had to launch our second property. So we launched our BRIK Wallet property this year. We're about to launch our second one, the BRIK Dolphin property token series, which is a Gold Coast property, which we'll talk a bit more later on about that. So yeah, basically, in terms of tokenizing real estate, it allows anybody from anywhere in the world accessing real estate by a token, a property token. Each property's got its own unique property token series, so people can buy into each property token series. So basically, just a way that everybody can have a fraction of a property and a token, so to speak, and be able to get on the journey and obviously sharing the benefits on that property that comes from it in terms of increase in value and so forth. So we keep it very simple. The BRIK Dolphin is our first one on the Ravencoin blockchain. So there'll be some things that we're able to do that they'll share a bit later on in terms of the flexibility and obviously the next to nothing gas fees and so forth. That gives people more options in terms of what's happening. But yeah, so as I said, our focus is on luxury investment properties in Brisbane, Gold Coast, and Sunshine Coast. That's our three focus areas. Initially, Brisbane and Gold Coast is sort of the initial focus, and then by year two, we'll expand one property into the Sunshine Coast. Which, for some of you who are English that are listening, like Paul. The English love a particular part of the Sunshine Coast called Noosa. So there's a lot of English that have migrated here who love to have their holiday home at Noosa. So there's quite a nice lifestyle there, beach lifestyle at Noosa. So that is our third focus area, but that'll be next year. So, but anyway, at the moment we're focusing on the Gold Coast and Brisbane. Brisbane being obviously a city, and the future 2032 Olympic city, and also the Gold Coast being on the beach. We'll also reap the rewards as well as that will come from the Olympics, because some of the events, sports are actually they're going to be based there as well, and as well as Sunshine Coast for that matter. So we've got 2032 Olympics. That's going to obviously be impacting what property value is going to be doing here in what we call Southeast Queensland. But yeah, look, in terms of today, the topic is around the BRIK Dolphin. So I'm really excited to say that the BRIK Dolphin, as we speak, goes live as from now. It's live on our platform. So we got delayed. We were supposed to launch on the 24th. Got delayed with a couple of things that we were working on with DigiShares. DigiShares are obviously our IT team. Some features we wanted to add to the Dolphin for this series and going forward, because obviously I said it is the first one on the Ravencoin blockchain. So we actually minted the whole series 2 weeks ago on the Ravencoin blockchain. And if you go on our website, you can get a link to the ETH scan there on the ticket name on our website. You'll see if you click on the live link there, it takes you to the ETH scan. Not the ETH scan. That's the koala. The Ravencoin scan. That's, you can see that's the series on there. So basically we've done that, but they'll be able people to be able to buy the Dolphin token, BRIK Dolphin tokens. So basically we were just trying to tweak with a few things, making sure we gave people a few more options. And with the Dolphin series, basically people have got two options. They can actually take it to their own decentralized wallet, obviously asset aware Ravencoin wallet. They can take it to their own wallet when they buy it. Which obviously we whitelist if people want to do that, we whitelist their wallet on the platform, and by people providing their Ravencoin wallet, asset aware wallet, they put it on there, we whitelist it, so therefore basically then it says that you can accept BRIK Dolphin tokens in going forward. If somebody tries to sell between each other peer-to-peer, obviously they have to be whitelisted, so they have to come through our platform to first get whitelisted. Obviously the KYC process, AML process, they have to go through the registration once they've been whitelisted by us, so people can come once the property token series is sold out. Obviously people can do it on our platform as a secondary market, but people also can sell between each other peer-to-peer. But obviously they have to be whitelisted for that to happen. So again, we wanted to provide people those options where they can actually, two options in terms of how they hold their Dolphin tokens. They can hold it in their own decentralized wallet, or they can hold it within a platform, so they can do it off chain as well if they don't sort of feel comfortable doing a decentralized wallet. They can hold it on our platform where we're custodian those tokens for them. Again, I always said to making sure we accommodate the mainstream. That's important, that people that are sort of coming in learning about blockchain and sometimes they're not very comfortable using the centralized wallets. So basically we wanted to accommodate with the Dolphin series. We wanted to accommodate for everyone, both mainstream and people who've been around for a while, or have got obviously quite knowledgeable about using the centralized wallets and feel comfortable using. So I guess the Dolphin accommodates for both sides, from very extreme experience to no experience at all. So I guess this is the beauty about with the Dolphin series that we're giving that option. With the we also, one of the other features in this Dolphin series we wanted to provide was although our default in terms of how people pay for our tokens is USDC, we wanted to give people a second option for the Dolphin series to be able to deposit Raven coin. So people can use their Raven coin deposit on the platform, on our platform, and then basically we can then convert that into USD on our platform, because when you buy the tokens, the Dolphin tokens, it's looking for how much USDC you've got on our platform under your account. So basically what we do, you can deposit Raven coin, and then basically once we approve that, we then convert that into USDC on our platform, and then you're all ready to go. We just use CoinMarketCap exchange rates to see what they are. So when people are depositing Raven, obviously the Dolphin is an $80 token. So basically, when you're depositing Raven, you're just gonna make sure you deposit enough to cover that $80. So again, CoinMarketCap seems to be sort of one of the more common ones that people sort of refer to. So that's what we're going to be using. That's what we put referencing in terms of our website, in terms of what the Raven coin price is doing in US dollars. So yeah, we wanted to give people that option. If they want to use their Raven coin, they can deposit and be able to buy the Dolphin token. So hopefully that sort of gives us a great way for especially people in the Raven coin community to be able to use their Raven to buy Dolphins. Something that we're also planning at the moment with DigiShares is another two ways to buy, and that's we're still trying to find the right merge facility that provider that can make things easy, it's low transactions costs and so forth, and makes it easier so people can actually then use their fiat to convert to into USDC to be able to buy their Dolphins as well, and then the koalas for that matter. And also we're looking at some looking at a couple of DEXs with DigiShares, so see if we can find a way to use a DEX. So we're in deep discussions and research with them to find the right one. So again, for us, just providing different types of choices for people with different experiences in the blockchain so far. So again, that's but at the moment, the Dolphin you can use USDC or you can use Raven coin to buy the Dolphin tokens. So we'll be putting some videos up to sort of show and sort of make things a bit easier for people if they're sort of trying to find how to. So again, this is a new feature we've put on in terms of people to be able to use their Raven coin. So we'll put some things up, and hopefully that sort of helps people find their way. Shout out to Mirage. Mirage just knows Mirage joined us. Thank you for joining us live. Hope you're well. Probably just a brief on the Dolphin. I know I've covered this before, but probably just a basic overview of the BRIK Dolphin token series. So it's a $2.6 million total cost. So there's 33,000 tokens available for sale. BRIK Dolphin tokens, $80 each. It's a single family luxury residential property based at Mermaid Beach. So the area is it's a very high wealthy area. Prices in there sort of gone up around 36%, which has been extraordinary in terms of what's happened in the last 12 months in the area. We had a lot of buys in the area. So there's been $10 million purchases. There's been an $8 million purchases. So it's been quite varied in terms of what's been happening in the area. So it is classed as one of the high wealth areas here in Queensland, outside of Queensland. Certainly on the Gold Coast is one of the most prestigious states on the Gold Coast. The areas, in terms of the actual property itself, it's in terms of the property size, it's 389 square meters. It's a 3-story home, 4 bedroom and 3 bathrooms. So it's a new build. They'll be ready early next year. So Houseworks, which is the builder developer that we've actually have got an in-principle agreement with on this property here. So they're building quite a few luxury investment luxury properties on the Gold Coast, which we outline some of the other ones that are coming up later on. But this one's a beautiful home that's been built. I've got in a pinned tweet, you'll see some of the footage of the property in terms of what it looks like and so forth. So just a bit of an overview on that property there. in terms of, for some of you who actually know Surfers Paradise, it's south from Surfers Paradise. So it's around 6 kilometers south from Surfers Paradise, and from the actual beach. So it sits around 2 kilometers back from the beach. So you could walk there if you're feeling energetic. So, but yeah, look, it's something that I've walked before in terms of where it is. But yeah, it's so very close to the beach. Very close to Mermaid Beach. Well, it's obviously Mermaid, and also Miami Beach, which is the beach next to it, south of it. So yeah, so this gives you a bit of a geographical reference to where it is, and a bit of an overview where it is. But yeah, look, as I said, we're really excited about this property, as we are with the Koala property. This property here is obviously the first one on the Gold Coast and the first on the Ravencoin blockchain, so we're really excited about giving people a new location and a new chain, which obviously Ravencoin chain is where we're going to be taking on all future real estate properties. So in terms of to be able to access, so people that want to buy BRIK Dolphin tokens, just basically go to our website. You'll see the link to our BRIK BC property tokens platform. And from there, basically, if you haven't registered before, you can register your account. You get, in terms of KYC and AML, probably just making a point of when you doing the KYC AML in terms of uploading proof of person. You do have to upload your ID as well as proof of address, the two documents on there, because that's part of the compliance. In terms of what we're doing, we have to do that. Trust me, if we didn't have to do it, we wouldn't be doing this. But obviously, at the end of the day, we've got to be compliant with the rules, and this is the space we're playing in, and basically that's the rules we've got to live by. So it's just, but I know we've had a couple of people registered, but they just haven't uploaded their proof of ID, just making proof of address. They've uploaded their proof of ID, but sometimes the actual, in terms of the, say for example, your passport won't show your address. So you can put your passport in there as a proof of ID, but it won't show the address, because obviously you don't have addresses on passports. So just making sure that you also completed by putting the proof of address document. That could be driver's license, that can be anything that sort of shows your address, any sort of ID that shows your address. So water rates and so forth. So so just to complete that process. So and then basically so once you're registered and you're accepted by us, and everything's all in order, basically then you're ready to deposit some USDC or Raven onto the platform. Once that's approved, then you're ready to go to buy Dolphin tokens. So it's as simple as that. We try to keep things as simple as possible, and I hope we did that. And I'm a very simple person myself, so when I get things done, I keep things very simple. But yeah, so that's basically the process of it all. With the some time ago, probably around 3-4 weeks ago, when we were preparing to launch the Dolphin series, I made a point that up to a certain date, whoever held BRIK Koala tokens, we would actually gift 1-for-1 of Dolphin. So we're staying to that commitment. So basically, in the next week or so, we'll be sending out instructions to each BRIK token holder, BRIK Koala token holder, to let you know what you got to do. I know we've got people in the room here that are BRIK Koala token holders. They're here live, like Paul. Again, you will receive an email from us to tell you what you got to do to be able to claim the BRIK Dolphin tokens. And Quoting's in the room. Quoting also a holder of BRIK Koalas. Mirage is also a holder. SOS is also a holder. So I'm just sort of seeing people that are live here on today's BRIK Q&A. So again, there'll be an email going out within the next week to let you know what you got to do there in terms of allocating your Dolphin token to you. So as I said, you've already been on our list. You've already been reserved those Dolphins. They're just now following the formality in terms of claiming those on our platform. And again, you can make a choice what you want to do there. Either take it to your decentralized wallet, or basically hold it in our platform where we're custodian those Dolphin tokens for you. So yeah, but as I said, you can have a look. I'm actually officially I've got 3 Dolphin tokens. Obviously, as part of the testing, making sure everything was working. So I actually personally given obviously my koala tokens. I've also been I've got, if people scan, they'll see that there's been 3 Dolphin tokens issued to an investor. That's me. That's got the 3. So again, the beauty about obviously being on chain, you can see what's happening with the Dolphin tokens. Obviously, you won't be able to see everybody because some of the people who don't want to take it on chain, they want to keep it within the platform. They want to record theirs off chain. They obviously got that ability too, which obviously we won't be able to see those ones on chain that have been sold. But again, it's about providing an environment for everybody to feel comfortable with, because these are held long term. These properties are held long term indefinitely. So again, we're on a long term journey together. Obviously, we maintain these properties. So again, the connection is going to be there indefinitely in terms of what we do. People have obviously got the choice once we settle on the property. People got the choice if they want to actually sell their tokens, their Dolphin tokens on the secondary market, our secondary market. At the moment, we're also talking with real estate exchange in terms of adding another secondary market in addition to ours. So although at this stage real estate exchange only focus on Ethereum, which obviously cater for our BRIK Koala series, but at the moment we're in talks with them, and I'm hoping that I can convince them to add Ravencoin blockchain to their secondary market, real estate exchange secondary market. So I'm probably going to need the assistance of the Ravencoin community to make a case, which I've had discussions with Mark Danker, the CEO of Real Estate Exchange, which is a sister company to DigiShares. So at the moment, I've actually said to Mark and trying to have a discussion with Tron Black as well in terms of how can we help Real Estate Exchange to add Ravencoin to their exchange and secondary market. So at the moment, we're in discussions with them. I'm having talks with Mark, and hopefully, the Real Estate Exchange, they've got some news coming up. They're looking at launching late November, so there'll be some news around that joint things that we'll be announcing around that. So hopefully that come next few months, we'll be able to say that Real Estate Exchange has also got the Ravencoin blockchain to their offerings as far as their secondary market is concerned. So again, look, watch their space from that perspective. But yeah, so that's pretty much sort of the roundup of the Dolphin series. It's live today, and I'll make a couple of videos later on to share the excitement, and where you can actually see me. It is pretty early here in Australia, so we will obviously 6:30 in the morning here. It's probably not a good idea to see me at 6:30 in the morning. So, but I will later on be sending some videos out to share the excitement with everybody, and obviously around the Dolphin going live. Just looking at my notes here, make sure I'm not missing anything. I'll open up for Q&A. So if people want the mic and want to ask questions, please ask questions. As you all know, I'm an open book. Again, we're transparent of all things we do. So if there's some questions, please come up and I'll give you the mic. Hopefully I can answer all your questions, and if I can't answer, I'll come back to you. But I like to think that I can answer anything that people ask me, because as I said, we're transparent with all things we do here at BRIK BC. So yeah, if there's a questions, please come up and I'll give you the mic. I've got a couple of questions here that sort of came in that people that shot through, but again, I always like to focus on the people that do come on here live and join the live session, and be able to answer your questions first as a priority. But maybe while we sort of wait, if there is any questions there, maybe I can sort of go this first question here, and that was like the sort of thing I mentioned before about using Ravencoin. So, so the question is, can I use my Ravencoin? I've been mining for a while. I've got some Ravencoin here that I've been hodling. How do I actually use that to pay for the BRIK Dolphin tokens, and I guess in terms of that's why we provided this second option, or give an extra option this time round to given obviously we're minting on the Ravencoin blockchain, it only makes sense to have that as the second crypto for people to actually use to pay for Dolphin. So basically just a simple process. Well, first you got to obviously register on our platform, get KYC and AML approved, and once your account's done, then basically it's just a simple matter of just depositing your Ravencoin. So you'll if it's just one you want to buy, one BRIK Dolphin token, which is $80 US. You'll go in terms of converting that in terms of what you need there. So I think at the moment it's what's sitting around 3.1 cents US. So basically $80 divided by 0.031 gives you 2,590. So for us right now, you'll need 2,580 Raven coins to be deposited into the platform. So once that's deposited into the platform, obviously you'll send it. You'll send your transaction ID as part of that process that we'll ask you for. We receive it, we approve it onto the platform, and then basically once we receive that 2,580 Raven, if that's the price, we then convert those Raven coins into USDC on the platform. And then on your account, you'll see that's been recognized. You got then basically $80 worth of USDC ready to purchase that one BRIK Dolphin token. So it's as simple as that. So it's just a matter of, it's a normal process as you would do normally in terms of depositing Raven into, whether it's say for example Ravenous, they're depositing Raven into. It's the same process. So deposit into there, and then basically we use that to convert into USDC, and then you're ready to go. So yeah, quite a simple process. And again, we'll put some content out there to help people through the process, but we like to think it's fairly simple to do it. But yeah, any questions from the audience here? If there's no questions, there was actually a second question here. We just sort of touched on before, but the other question I got was with this Gold Coast property. It's when are you going to sell the property? Like at what point in time do Dolphin token holders actually see the sale, the proceeds, the profit of that property? And I guess in terms of our model is different. Our model basically, we buy the property, token holders come on board and obviously buy the tokens. And the Dolphin token series, for example, is it's $2.6 million. So we have to have $2.6 million to be able to settle on the property. So this property is going to be ready early next year, but obviously we want to be in a position at ASAP to making sure we have the funds and be able to contract on the property to be able to sell when it's finished. So this property is held indefinitely. So the type of people that are going to be renting these properties are typically CEOs or in high positions who have been paid very well. Some of them have come from other locations in Australia, overseas, and typically their company that they work for are paying for them to in terms of the rent. So rent is not an object for these businesses in terms of having their executives live in the area. So, or basically people that sort of don't want to buy, they want to sort of stay here for now, and they want to move to the next house, so they want a luxury home to live in, and they're prepared to pay the rent. So yeah, these properties are rented to health. And what I call is traditional real estate is basically the wealthy traditionally rented to the everyday person. We've flipped that the other way around. That's why we're focusing around luxury properties, obviously knowing our space very well. So we're flipping the other way. It's basically now the everyday person is actually renting to the wealthy. And that's our model. Because again, these people, money's not an object. They love the location, they love the property, they want they're after the lifestyle, and for the ones that are moving around and in terms of the working for the companies as executives, for them is that they want that lifestyle for their family as well while they're here. So these properties are held indefinitely, so we never sell the properties. So the rent that's generated each month from the net rent, so after we paid all expenses and taxes within the company that owns the property, basically that rent then is invested, net rent is invested into a crypto portfolio. So not only then you got the Dolphin property that's going up in value, but you've also got this accumulating crypto portfolio that's been bought by the net rent. And the third part of to that in terms of is that we've also got some artwork in the property. So we buy NFT art, we buy a dozen pieces of artwork as NFTs from the Ravencoin NFT artist, and that's owned by the Dolphin series. But as well, we're going to use that to obviously put on a wall, to put beautiful artwork on the wall at the same time. So as a dual purpose. So not only it's an asset, but we're also using it as a, well, firstly it's firstly an art piece to be put on the wall, but as well as being an asset as well to that series. So I guess the Dolphin token derives its value mainly from the core asset being the property, and then secondary from the crypto portfolio that's accumulating in there, and then also the NFT art pieces in there as well. So again, so that how people can get profit out is obviously by selling the Dolphin token. So if obviously it'll go up in value because it tracks the value of the property and the crypto portfolio. So if people want to cash out at any time, they in the secondary market, they'll be able to sell their Dolphin tokens on the secondary market. So that's how people are able to cash out. So I think there'll be a variety in terms of what people do. Some people will just hold it indefinitely and pass it on to their family in terms of as part of that next generation to pass on wealth. Some people will hold some, sell some, and some people basically will sell once it gets to a position where they think that they basically sell that one and get into another series where they might prefer another location. So again, from us, we the first year our objective was to tokenize 11 properties. Obviously the Dolphin property series being the second one. And our second year thereafter to do 20 properties each year, made up from locations between Brisbane, Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. So that's our objective in terms of the future. So again, there'll be plenty of locations. Some people will have some in each one, which series we put out. So again, for us, it's continue to build a community that are coming on a journey with us for the long term, and be able to also be educated about what real estate investment is all about. So people will be able to then take those fundamentals to their own locations and be able to have a portfolio of real estate property that's made up of tokenized real estate, but also traditional real estate, having that combination within their wealth portfolio. So I hope that answers that question to that person. So these properties are held indefinitely. They're never going to be sold, and the way people can cash in their profit is by selling the tokens on a secondary market once the property settles. I've got no more questions here. Those are 2 questions that I got during the week. Again, if there's any questions, please, I'll give the mic as part of this BRIK Q&A. Just pass the mic over. One Adria. How are you? You well?
Yes. If you are successful with this, are you going to invest in foreign markets or just your location now?
We're focusing in what we call Southeast Queensland here in Australia. So Brisbane, Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. These are the areas where my networks have been, both as an accountant and in property investment myself, our family. So these are the 3 locations where our networks are. That's our massive point of difference in terms of what we're doing, having access to all the people that I've dealt with over the years, whether it be the town planners, the builder developers and architects and everybody else in the horizontal and the vertical part of real estate. So yes, these are the 3 areas we're focusing on. Yeah. And that's large enough in itself. Hope that sort of answers your question. Fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, look, in terms of how we see basically, there's obviously our colleagues are starting to roll out tokenized real estate properties in other areas, and we're always very supportive because we're so early. There's no one's a competition. Our competition is mainstream, bringing people from mainstream and people who are not aware, who have been involved in blockchain, who are not aware that you can tokenize real estate and be able to access real estate. Again, for us, it's about to share the love and share. If we can provide some pointers to our colleagues that are planning to tokenize real estate, we're always helpful in terms of providing our journey. Yeah, things that have helped us, things that obviously got us to where we're at today. Yeah, I mean, we're still early ourselves, because as an industry in tokenizing real estate, we're all early. So again, my colleagues, say for example, Dan and Sarah Jenkins, they're about to launch their property there in the US in Wisconsin, I think it is. From I apologise if I've got the area wrong, but in the US there, got Jake Menard, who's they're looking at tokenizing their real estate. Said they're builders themselves. They're looking at tokenizing their real estate next year. So again, as far as the projects, real estate tokenization on the Ravencoin blockchain, we're always happy to share. People are looking at tokenizing and share our journey to. From our perspective, we like to think that we can basically provide an ecosystem as far as real estate concerned on Ravencoin, that people got the choice to go right around the world and be able to buy tokenized real estate right around the world. Whether it be in England and obviously US, here in Australia and South Africa and what have you. Yeah. Hey Hubble, how are you?
Hey Brick, how are you?
Very well, very well.
Good morning to you, I guess, over in the opposite side of the world.
It is, mate. It is. It's a nice day, actually. Nice day too. And how are you?
Yeah. It's good. I'm just leaving work. It's nice and sunny. Haven't seen the sun for probably about a week, so it's nice. Nice over in the northeast U.S.
Nice.
Hey, I got one question for you. What?
Yeah.
I may have seen this before, but what is the total amount of tokens available of like the valuation of the total asset, like the actual entire property? Is it the entire thing, or is it just a portion of the total valuation of a property that's available for tokenization?
Yeah, so the Dolphin series is, we try to keep everything very similar across all token series, but so the Dolphin series, 40,000 tokens, but we're only selling 33,000. So we don't get banks involved. So these are all held by token holders. So we don't get banks involved. There's no debt involved in our model. Again, this is one of the things that we made very clear from the beginning, and obviously the problem we were trying to solve is get rid of banks, because as you know, banks are challenging. They're so centralized and so controlling of people, and obviously limits people to accessing real estate. So we wanted to make sure not to have involved any debt in it. So 33,000 is what we're actually raising. We're keeping 4,000 in treasury, and some is kept for marketing as well. So obviously we need to do marketing around some of the things with the activities around to launch the property and what have you. So, but 4,000 of those are kept in treasury. The reason that being is that obviously we need to make sure that if there's any sort of circumstance that we might actually need to sell a few more, because the price might go up all of a sudden. Obviously, the total cost at the moment is 2.6 mil, but property values are going up quite substantially here in Australia. Although we've got an in-principle agreement with the seller, which is the builder developer that we've got a great relationship with, but also we want to make sure that we're always on the front foot. So again, that's hence why we're keeping some in treasury. Yeah. But 33,000 is what we sell.
And so whatever, and so when you meet that that total 33,000 tokens sold, that's when you guys go ahead and actually purchase the property. Is that correct?
Correct. Then we got a contract, even though we got an in-principle agreement, but the in-principle agreement is still non-binding. It's basically, obviously, given my relationship I have with them, obviously it's done on goodwill. But it's one of those things, it's until I've got $2.6 million in the bank, so to speak, I can't get a contract with them. So once I've got that, I can obviously then sign an unconditional contract and be able to then just wait for the property to finish, and obviously title's issued, and then we got the title in the special purpose vehicle, be the BRIK Dolphin P2 Ltd company, and obviously having that certainty there. So until we got the funds in the bank, so to speak, we really can't get a contract, can't get to an unconditional contract. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks. And do you guys have kind of like a timeline, like a goal, of like benchmarks that you guys want to be at like certain times over the next month or 2 months now that the Dolphin is live?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to think that, ASAP, right? But, given obviously we're hoping that given it's on the Ravencoin blockchain and given it's obviously the community that we've been engaged with, I'm hoping that we can, by the end of December, by the end of this year, end of December, that we can have everything sold out and be in a position then to go to contract with the property. That's my goal. Whether I'm being too optimistic, I don't know. But again, you always like to be optimistic, right? But I like to think by the end of December we can have this all sold out. But look, in terms of it's up to us, and again, it's up to also the community, up to the Dolphin token holders to get it out there. Because as soon as obviously we all engaged, people that buy the Dolphin tokens obviously have a vested interest to get this sold ASAP, so we can actually move on to settle the property. So I guess we're going to be playing a part in different forms, different ways to try and get this sold ASAP. But yeah, by the end of December is my goal for it.
That's great. And then I don't know if you'd be open to it, but I'd definitely be able to help out if you were thinking about doing any kind of like marketing event, like in Braveland or something. I could help out if you're looking to try and get the word out through that kind of means. Yeah,
no, I'd love to. Like, DM me, share your ideas, send me a DM, and we can talk more about it. Always open-minded, mate.
Sure.
Because like I said, this becomes very much, well, it is, each property token series becomes very much everybody's best interest to get it sold ASAP. Because if you're bought in it, obviously these are fantastic properties, then we're on a journey together already. So then as a collective, it's a matter to get it out there and get it sold ASAP. Because there's more to come. There's more to come. Well, we can't move on until obviously we've put 2 locations live, obviously Brisbane and the Gold Coast as a 2 live, and we like to sort of only have 1 location live at a given time to pay respect to that location. But yeah, no, I'd love to. Send me a DM, we can talk more about it.
All right, will do. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, mate. But yeah, it's, the Blockchain John's in the house. How are you, John? Hope you're good. I just like to say, John, I feel so relieved getting that Raven torch out of my hands last night after the Raven Core wallet on my PC finished syncing. You have no idea how relieved I was. I just felt like I was so much pressure, or letting you down, letting community down by not passing that torch, but it got stuck in my mobile Raven Core wallets. But it's finally out there. As I said, here comes John. You have no idea how relieved I was last night when I passed it on to Indy. Yeah, right, John? I just added you. John's coming in. How are you, John? You good? Are you able to talk, John? Is your mic working?
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah. I can hear you.
Hello?
How are you? You good?
Oh, perfect. Yep. All right. Yep. So, yeah, that was an interesting experience, wasn't it? Having that torch in your hand.
Oh, mate, the pressure of it in terms of not being able to pass it because of the issues of the mobile Raven Core wallet. You have no idea the stress. I mean, obviously I'm trying to deal with trying to launch the Dolphin property series, and I've got that, and then not having be able to, and being not in control because obviously I had to wait till the core wallet on my PC finished syncing, and my God, it took a long time. Jesus.
You know what's interesting is that everybody goes through that experience, and that's what I want everybody to experience when they get the torch, because like literally what you just shared, people don't understand what the experience is until they have that torch in that position. It's so much stress, so much responsibility.
Well, it's a trust.
It's
a trusting. It's a trust. I was trusted with that torch that everybody was relying to be passed along. It's that trust, and not having control of the situation.
And it gets more and more.
It does.
And it gets more and more stressful the farther it goes down the chain. Obviously, with more people holding it, there's more people actually responsibly passing it forward. And you go down 20, 50 people down. There's so many people trusting that I'm going to be responsible enough and be able to pass this photo without messing it up. And then, oops, I forgot my keys. I don't know how to access my wallet. Oh, no, this is actually not an asset of wallet. Oh, no. Yeah, it's an interesting experience. I hope everybody can experience that in the future. Right now, I believe you did pass it to Indy.
I did. I passed it to Indy. I think it's been passed on from Indy to Dow. I think last I saw was Dow's got it. No, Danny's passed it on.
Yes.
I did make a point out there.
I hope everybody gets a chance to experience that.
And I did make a point out there from my own experience. Do not use mobile Raven Core wallet as your address, because whatever John does, he puts some special things in that NFT that the mobile core wallet doesn't like. Hey, you had the same problem last.
That's what happened last year.
I was going to say that's what you were saying, that you couldn't get it out of that core wallet, could you, last year?
No. So I forgot the gentleman that got it, but unfortunately, he didn't really want to just. So it's one of those things that when you're kind of stuck in a rut when it comes to crypto, like you don't want to like take the extra step to try to actually resolve the issue when you're just new at it. It becomes frustrating and stressful, right?
Yeah.
And this individual then like want to take the next step to actually take his private keys and import it to another wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And so unfortunately it stayed in that wallet until this day. So that's okay. It's all part of the experience. So I just want everybody to share that experience. Move from here on forward, and I do expect that to be a recurring thing every single year. So expect the 2023 version of Raven Coin Torch to come out.
But yeah, no, look, the thing is, I felt so bad, John, because I know how excited you were when you launched the torch at the awards, and then getting stuck in my wallet. I just felt so bad, just how excited you were in terms of getting that around ASAP and covering as many people as possible. So, but anyway, it's out there. It's been passed on. Just don't use Raven Core wallet, mobile wallet, to be able to have it. But yeah, it's all good. It's all out there. But thanks for coming on, John. Hey, also, mate, as I said earlier, thank you for organising such a great Raven Coin Global Awards on the weekend at Braveland. You and the team, C3 Media, and some of the community members like Philly and Dow and so forth, for organising such a fantastic event, mate. I know there's a lot of work that goes behind that people don't see, but again, mate, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, from the community's perspective. Fantastic. And as I made a point, it's those Raven Coin Global Awards, it's for the community as a whole. It's got nothing to do with C3 Media. C3 Media just happens to put up their hand and organise it. And it's very much a community voted nominations, and everybody playing a part in coming together and celebrating people who are supporting, who are building projects, who are involved in all aspects of the Raven Coin community, and people outside as well who actually also advocating for the Raven Coin community, so the Raven Coin blockchain. So thank you, John and Jake, in terms of your team, and really appreciate it, mate. Same time, same place next year, mate. Last week of October. I've already told people to put that weekend aside already. Also, just before we got the wrap, before we start wrapping up, NFTRVN, thank you for joining us. El Professor, thank you for joining us. We'll start the roundup. As for some of you who just come in, we're excited to announce that today we go live. We're live with the BRIK Dolphin Property Token Series. For some of the meets, this has been recorded, so you'll be able to catch up on some of the aspects of that I mentioned earlier. So. But yeah, so we're excited. There's a couple of options in terms of how you can hold the BRIK Dolphin token, centralized or decentralized way. So check out the recording if you've missed the show today. But yeah, look, in terms of the wrap up, we're actually talking about Braveland this weekend. We've got our monthly first Saturday of October Gems on the Beach event. Where the community comes together. So it's at Saturday, 3 p.m. It's US Eastern Standard Time. So we're coming together. The topic is around in terms of just updating people on new projects that are coming onto the Ravencoin blockchain, updates in terms of existing projects. So maybe just the leads, founders of these projects, if they're, please join us, and everybody join us as well to see what's happening on Ravencoin. So today, this Saturday is more about just updating everybody in terms of what's going on Ravencoin as far as projects concerned. It can be any type of project, whether it's NFT artwork, it can be music, it can be movies, it can be real estate. After the event on the weekend, the awards on the weekend, there was quite a few new people that I've met. There's new people that basically got nominated for awards that I hadn't met before. So, for example, like Change Now, which is a non-custodial exchange, they got best non-custodial exchange. So Paul from Change Now was there. I hadn't met Paul before. So there's quite a few projects, people, and so forth that people don't know about. So I guess Braveland's Gems on the Beach is about bringing the community together to be able to provide those updates, what's happening on the Ravencoin blockchain. So looking forward to that. Also tomorrow, What is Real Estate Tokenization Show, which is on Wednesday, 3 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time with my co-host, Jake Manard. Tomorrow we've got some special guests. So tomorrow's topic, we're talking about how we're guiding people in terms of awareness and the new frontier of tokenized real estate. How we're getting out there. What tools are we providing to people to be aware, across whether you're an investor, whether into real estate, whether you're just looking at tokenizing real estate as a developer, builder. And so tomorrow's show, we've got some special guests from Security Tokens Advisors. We got Anna, we got Herwig, who's the co-founder of STO Markets as well as ST Security Tokens Advisors, and also we got Jessica from Spilling NFTs as well as on the STO Markets side of things. So looking forward to having the three on, where there's some points, some probing in terms of what's happening in our real estate tokenization industry. For them to share what they're doing and what they're doing about it, some of the tools they're putting out there themselves. So we'll look forward to having them on the show. So join us. That's Wednesday, 3 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. In terms of other things, I think that's pretty much it. John, you've got your Ravencoin community event that's on every Friday at 9 p.m. John? Is it on? Are you still there, John? No? Anyway, we'll share that. John actually runs at Braveland. He runs every Friday. I think it's Friday nights, US Eastern Standard Time from memory. But anyway, we'll pin it up anyway. So people know when it's on. I'm just looking through my notes here. Over here, that's okay. We'll pin it up. So John does actually run that Ravencoin community on Braveland. So well, that's pretty much all I've got. Thank you all for who came here live and listened to our show today, and me sharing the fantastic news about the BRIK Dolphin going live today. So have a look at it. Hope you like it. Have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Stay safe, and same time, same place next week. Take care all. Bye for now.